Yo, what is up, you guys? It is your boy, HamzaConnection, coming at you live, and welcome to the Journey Podcast, where I share my tips and tricks and my journey of becoming the strongest version of myself to help you and inspire you to become your strongest version of yourself. This kind of episode that I'm gonna make right now is one right before I hit the record button. I was like, should I share this? Nah, it's maybe too much. And then in myself, I was like, hey, you're here to be transparent about your journey so you can help other people become better. So what I need to do is actually push myself right now. Because this is kind of a topic that I sort of would like to have kept private, but I'm not. Because I realize there's might be a lot of value, especially for men, for this kind of topic. So let me give you some context. I have gotten like a realization right now that I do not keep my words when it comes in relationship. Now, before you start painting me, I do not mean it like in that, in a really, really horrible sense of way. I do mean it by, for instance, with my girl and let's say I get super excited, right? As a man, I will get super excited and I will be like, oh, cool, yeah. And then I tell her, for instance, oh, yeah, cool, yeah, we should go out and eat sushi and all of that stuff, right? And I said, like, she obviously thinks then we're gonna go out and eat sushi at some point. And then I forget and I don't take her out to eat sushi. Or I tell her, hey, we should go to this place, and then we end up not going to that place. Or we should travel here to this country or that country. And we end up not traveling to those countries. Now these things, they're basically small commitments that you make and that you don't keep. And as a man, your word should be very, very important to you. Because if you cannot keep your word, what are you then? How can you create trust to your girl? And these things are very, very important, that although it's not life and death, it's all of these little small things that I notice for myself adds up. So for instance, let's say I would be like, we're going on a date and I'll be saying I'll be there in 10 minutes. And I'm not there in 10 minutes. I'm there in like 15 minutes or I'm there in 20 minutes. That is basically beta behavior. If you want to be an alpha male, your word has to be true. Basically, people are supposed to be able to trust your words. And it's really sort of like embarrassing to tell you guys on YouTube, but it's very important. It's very important. And it was brought to my attention. I talked to her and she was like, hey, she was feeling sort of bad and she told me like, I'm not feeling like it's going to happen. I was like, well, why not? We can certainly do it. Because in the moment, I feel like I can certainly do it. But if I don't schedule it out, if I don't schedule, for instance, that sushi place out, or time for going out to travel to this country, or time for going out this, or doing this activity or that activity, or taking out to this place or going to that place, then I tend to forget. And then it doesn't come up. And if you have a partner that's very like introverted, she basically won't tell you, hey, this is the thing. But thank God that she told me this time, because then I realized that shit, man, shit. At first, I got really like I felt really bad about myself because I was like, shit. Because I always pride myself is that I'm becoming the strongest version of myself. But man, I don't keep my word. How am I gonna be an alpha male if I don't fucking keep my word? Because my word is my bond. Because when I tell people that, hey, I have these aspirations, I'm gonna fucking achieve them. I want that to be my bond. I want that to be like shit. Like, I trust that he's gonna do it because he said it. Because he said it. Because all the other things that I said I would do, I did. Now, I'm not saying you cannot make any mistakes. Sometimes you can make mistakes. You can be overexcited. You can overcommit to something that you can't deliver on. But what I'm saying is, as much as possible. And I'm still in the progress of this. But it starts with the awareness. So I want to ask you guys, for yourself, you don't even have to post like a YouTube video about it or make it public. But for yourself, are you keeping your word as a man? Because I realize that in some areas, I do. But in some areas, I don't. And if I keep on not keeping my word in those areas, it becomes a norm. And when that norms, and then when that becomes norm, it will spread to all the other areas in life. Because then you don't take it as seriously. Because you don't show up for like, for instance, you go, hey, I'm going to be there in 10 minutes, and you're not there in 10 minutes. Let's say you have a business client, you say you have something important, and you say, hey, I'm going to show up in 10 minutes, and you end up not showing up. Because you're used to being able to tell to that person that you're going to show up in 10 minutes, and then you are late. Then you show up in 15 minutes. That is very important. Because those things spill over. So I noticed that in myself. And it starts with the awareness. Afterwards, then you can figure out how to fix it. I noticed the root cause for me, and I want you guys to also find the root cause for you. Like, why are you not keeping your promises? But the root cause for me, I can share that, is that I get too excited in the moment, and then, as a man, I'm too excited. And I let my emotions get the best of me. When as a man, I think I should be more grounded. That doesn't mean you cannot be excited and all stuff, but be grounded in the feeling. Don't let it sway you crazy much, and that you say things that you cannot upheld. You say things that you cannot promise. Because when I'm saying those things, my intention is not to lie. But you have to be impeccable with your word. You have to be impeccable with your word. You have to be true with your word. Because that's also create trust towards yourself. And that's what I want to share with you guys. Get the awareness. Are you keeping your word? Look at all the areas in your life where you're not keeping your word. And find the root cause. Why are you not doing that? And then fix it. I realize, for me, I need to be very aware when I'm super excited to not overextend myself. And when I say, hey, we should do this, or we can do this, or let's go to here, then write it down, schedule it, make it specific. So when I say, hey, we should go eat sushi, we're going to go eat sushi, and I'm going to schedule it. I'm going to schedule in my calendar that during this week, we're going to go eat sushi, or during the next week, we're going to go eat sushi. So for instance, right now, I try to make up for it because it's important for me. So I try to be like, hey, I told her, hey, and this is actually the last step, I would say, owning up for your mistake. I called her afterwards, after I thought about it. Because once he said it, I was like, hey, okay, cool. Gotten kind of sad. I thought about it and I realized, hey, she's right. She was right. So I called her, I manned up, and I told her, hey, you're right. I'm sorry about this. And I thought about all the other areas that I have. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry about this one, and I'm sorry about this. I said this, and I said this, and this I cannot keep. This I cannot keep. And I hope this one is okay with you. I want to keep this one, and I want to do this and this and that. Are you alright with that? And then she was like, yeah, hey, I forgive you. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. All of that stuff. I love you so much. That was cool. So some of the things I said, and she said it was alright that I didn't keep this and I didn't keep that. That's cool. Basically, some of the things I wanted to keep because I felt like that is not okay. So we are going to travel. So that's amazing. And we are going to eat sushi. And we already, like, we know, like, where we're going to travel and we booked the flight to go there. So now the only thing is just going there. But the other thing is like the sushi thing. I haven't scheduled it, but I know, hey, at some point we're gonna go eat sushi, and it's gonna be not this week, but it's gonna be like in 2 weeks' time. I know for myself. So making it clear and scheduling it. I know when it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be after like 5th July or something like that. So after 5th, I know I have like at least something right there where I'm gonna see her. So, and then we're gonna go out and eat sushi. And that's gonna be cool because I'm gonna keep my promise and I'm gonna have a good time. So I hope you understand, guys, that it is super important that as a man, you keep your word. Take care. Peace.